Welcome to Steelers Talk. We're back for another week, and this time I'm bringing you a new mock draft for the Pittsburgh Steelers, our 7th version during the 2025 NFL draft season. We're now less than 2 weeks away from the big event in Green Bay, scheduled for April 24th. That means we only have a few mocks left. So if you haven't engaged with the content yet, make sure to do so. We need to hit 500 likes on this video to ensure another mock next week. Of course, as we get closer to draft day, I'll also present my final mock draft for the team. That leaves us with just 2 more simulations ahead. If you've been following our off-season mocks, you already know one of our main rules this year: no repeating players from previous mocks. That's because I want to showcase as many potential targets as possible, rather than cycling through the same names every week. So, if there's a player you're hoping the Steelers will draft, and I don't mention him today, chances are he was featured in an earlier mock. Feel free to check those out after this episode. For today's simulation, there will be no trades, just straight picks. Next week, I might consider some trade scenarios, but today marks our final no-trade mock of the draft season. Starting with pick number 21, I'm selecting Derek Harmon out of Oregon. Honestly, I'm surprised I haven't picked him yet. Harmon is a very promising prospect, and with Cam Hayward still on the roster, there's time to groom a replacement next to him. Harmon can step in as a rotational player right away, providing quarterback pressure and disrupting offenses. He fits well as a 5-tech in various defensive fronts. What I love most about him is his explosiveness and agility. He moves incredibly well for a man his size. His strength stands out too, allowing him to collapse pockets and use a versatile set of pass rush moves. He's a solid run defender as well, showing good anchor skills. While not elite, his ability to hold his ground is definitely reliable. He can play all 3 downs, although his tackling technique needs refinement. His missed tackle rate is over 20%, but many of those come from him being so disruptive that the runner is forced to cut at awkward angles. I really like this player and think he'd be a fantastic heir to Hayward. Harmon even mentioned at the Senior Bowl that he models his game after Cam, making him the ideal future replacement with the ability to contribute right away. In 4-man fronts, he might not see much action initially with Benton and Hayward starting, but in 5-man base formations, which the Steelers use often on early downs, he could slot in nicely alongside them. In my opinion, Harmon can play both 3-tech and 5-tech, potentially giving the Steelers one of the most intimidating D-lines in the league. Both Hayward and Benton can play 3 or 5-tech effectively, and I believe this trio could form one of the most powerful defensive lines in the entire NFL. Harmon can also line up in 4-man rush packages to pressure quarterbacks, helping to manage Hayward and Benton's workloads throughout the 2025 season. Let me know what you think in the comments. Would you be happy if the Steelers selected Derek Harmon in the first round? A simple yes or no will do. That'll be the central discussion point for today. Now, we're about to head to a quick break, and while that happens, feel free to drop your response. Now, I have to admit, I misled you a bit. I said there wouldn't be any repeat picks, but this next player has appeared in a previous mock. With the uncertainty surrounding a certain team signing a quarterback, I think it's worth discussing this player again. I originally picked him in the 7th round when he was flying under the radar and ranked pretty low on most draft boards. But after watching Tyler Shaw from Louisville this year, I was seriously impressed. At that point, he wasn't getting much buzz, but I genuinely believe he has the tools to become a franchise quarterback. He's an older rookie at 26 years old, so the window for success is smaller. Still, his physical traits are ideal, standing 6 feet 5 inches, weighing 225 pounds, and showing solid athleticism for his size. He's currently ranked 84th on the consensus board, lining up nicely with pick 83. Shaw is also viewed as one of the most NFL-ready quarterbacks in this draft class, and at 26, that readiness is key. Here's my bold take. I have a higher grade and see more upside in Shaw than in Shadur Sanders and Jackson Dart. I think he's more pro-ready than both and has a stronger arm. His combination of arm strength, mobility, and physical build is impressive. That's why I believe his upside is higher. Some may say, but Shaw is too old. 26 is too late to draft a quarterback. I don't share that concern. And according to multiple league sources and insiders, most teams don't seem too worried about his age either. Quarterbacks often play into their early to mid-30s. If Shaw pans out, he could lead a team for over a decade. Sure, there's limited time for development. He'll need to flash quickly, but that's expected from a first-round quarterback. And if things don't work out, the 2026 draft in Pittsburgh might offer another opportunity to draft a QB. So I think the priority should be picking the most impactful quarterback now. And in my view, Tyler Shaw is that guy. Moving on to my day 3 selections. Rounds 4 through 7 are coming up, so stay tuned. Rounds 6 and 7 are just around the corner. But first, let me share a quick story. I recently went to a Rangers game at Globe Life Park in Arlington against the Red Sox. It was an amazing experience, and we scored tickets at a great discount, which let us enjoy even more after the game. The ticket platform I used made everything super smooth, fast, and easy. I noticed prices tend to drop as game time approaches, which is great for last-minute deals, including great seat previews and budget-friendly offers. This service really simplifies buying MLB tickets. Now, despite the Pirates' struggles this season and mistakes piling up, PNC Park remains one of the most beautiful stadiums in baseball. One of the best pitchers in the game is still showcasing elite-level talent. If you want to catch him in action, there are plenty of tickets available at PNC Park right now. Honestly, it's a great time to grab them, and this app is the way to go if you want to eliminate the guesswork from buying tickets. Jumping to the 4th round, I'm targeting a potential steal at running back, R.J. Harvey out of UCF. I was really impressed by his tape. He runs with patience, explosive acceleration, and outstanding vision. He has the speed to break off big plays. Despite being a bit undersized, I genuinely believe he can thrive in the NFL. I see starting caliber traits in Harvey, and pairing him with Jaylen Warren could form a dynamic duo in Pittsburgh for years to come. Even with a smaller frame, I'm convinced he has RB1 potential. His skill set is that good, and there's a deep pool of talented backs in this draft class. I didn't pick a running back in the 1st round, and that's perfectly fine. The Steelers can still find high-level talent between rounds 3 and 5. Plenty of backs fit the kind of offense Pittsburgh wants to run. Of the options likely available in late day 2 or early day 3, I think Harvey has the best chance to shine in black and gold. With the 15th pick in round 5, I'm selecting Kansas cornerback Kobe Bryant. I love this guy's mindset. He's a pure competitor. He's physical, he plays hard, and he's clearly driven to shut down whoever lines up across from him. However, one red flag is his weight, around 170 pounds, which is definitely on the lighter side. That could be an issue against outside receivers in the NFL. We saw what happened with Emmanuel Forbes, who also struggled with that weight and ultimately didn't pan out. That said, I think Bryant could thrive in the slot. His size and style fit the nickel role well. He's physical and aggressive, and that's highly valued at that spot. He'll likely need to bulk up a bit, but I love his technique and football IQ. He has legit potential as a slot corner, and I'd be thrilled if he's available for the Steelers in round 5. In the 6th round, I'm planning to take another cornerback, someone to develop behind Darius Slay. I'm eyeing a prospect, possibly from Nebraska, who really impressed me. What stands out is his frame and arm length. There's a photo of him covering a well-known wideout, and he absolutely held his own. In fact, his performance against Colorado last season was fantastic. He could be the best cover 2 corner in this class. Technically refined and long-armed, he plays both sides well and can make a play on the ball when QBs test him. He's agile enough to mirror short routes too. He might even contribute on 3rd downs right away. Not many defensive coordinators love Tampa 2 looks in heavy pass situations, except for one who's a big believer in that scheme and has ties to its origin. That's why this player is a great 6th round option and a smart investment. Finally, in the 7th round, I'm targeting a surprise wide receiver from Ole Mississippi. While watching QB film from last year, I saw 5 touchdowns thrown to number 11 in a single game. I thought, who is this guy? He wasn't even on draft boards yet. After digging into his profile, I was stunned. Decent size, blazing speed, great route running, and crazy toughness. He can play both slot and outside. He creates separation consistently, and it's shocking he hasn't received more attention. He looks like the kind of player who can fit into any role the team needs from day one. The Steelers clearly value their WR group, with key guys already locked in. Unless a trade happens, they're unlikely to use a high pick on a wideout. But this guy could be a perfect depth addition. He blocks well, he's smart, and he gives full effort on every play. I think he could be one of the best seventh-round value picks at wide receiver. So there you have it, a mock draft featuring a first-round quarterback, a third-round faller for the same position, a mid-round running back, a couple of promising cornerbacks, and a sleeper WR to close it out. Stay tuned for all the upcoming updates and live coverage of every Steelers pick during the 2025 NFL Draft. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. A recent video sent shockwaves through the NFL community, fueling a storm of speculation. Could Trevor Lawrence, the Jacksonville Jaguars star quarterback, be on the verge of joining the Pittsburgh Steelers? The potential move has fans and analysts alike buzzing with excitement, wondering what this blockbuster trade would mean for both teams. The video, released by a credible sports insider, suggests that the Steelers might be gearing up for a bold acquisition to revitalize their offense, and Lawrence, despite his recent struggles, could be the perfect fit. Lawrence's time with the Jaguars has been tumultuous, with injuries and inconsistency clouding his promising career. Despite some solid performances, including a career-high 371-yard game against the Colts, Lawrence has struggled with maintaining a consistent level of play, as evidenced by the Jaguars' 4-13 record in 2024. However, his talent remains undeniable, and rumors of his potential departure from Jacksonville have gained traction following a series of tough losses, including a serious shoulder injury that sidelined him for multiple weeks. Could the Steelers be swooping in at the right moment? For the Pittsburgh Steelers, this potential move would mark a significant shift in strategy. The team has been searching for a franchise quarterback to elevate their offense, and Lawrence's skill set could provide exactly what they need. With a strong arm and a proven track record in high-pressure games, Lawrence has the potential to thrive in Pittsburgh's gritty, defense-focused system. Steelers fans are already envisioning him leading the charge, hoping he can provide the stability and leadership the team has been missing in recent seasons. Yet, while the idea of Lawrence in a Steelers uniform excites many, it's far from certainty. The Jaguars are facing internal decisions about their future with Lawrence, especially after the team's underwhelming performance in 2024. Still, the high-profile contract extension Lawrence signed in June 2024, worth $275 million, means the Jaguars are heavily invested in his future, making any potential trade negotiations more complicated. With the Steelers likely needing to offer significant assets, including draft picks and players, the path to acquiring Lawrence is no easy feat. As we wait for more official statements from both teams, the speculation will only intensify. Will Lawrence stay with the Jaguars and attempt to lead them to a brighter future, or will Pittsburgh become his new home, potentially ushering in a new era for the Steelers? The next few weeks will be crucial in determining the fate of one of the NFL's most talked-about quarterbacks. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Pittsburgh Steelers, make sure to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.